Isaac Babel, the Russian writer, born in 1894 and died in 1938. This is the collected story of Isaac Babel. The name of this story is Grasso, a tale of Odessa. Grasso, the tale of Odessa. It is the story of Grasso, a tale of Odessa, is a melodramatic, over-emotional story that has been written by a Russian writer, Isaac Babel. Isaac Babel, this story has presented the main theme that aesthetic, beautiful experience produces an act of moral respect. This story is related to the lives of those who work in theater. In this story, the writer has combined the elements of melodrama and serious art to portray the realistic aspect of the world, life and art. This story is mixed up with the concept of failure, success, miraculous performance, comic and tragic situation. Grasso, like this one. Here I have Isaac Babel's famous Grasso. So the narrator of this story is a boy of about 14 years old who works as a ticket seller in the Odessa theater. Odessa, a city in the Great Black Sea port of Russia, is famous for its artistic performances. When the drama and the theater failed, all the staff became bankrupt. The narrator pounds his father watch to Nick Schwartz, the boss of the theater, for some money. After the failure of the theater, people stopped coming to watch the drama. The boss wants to hire the famous actor Chalipian, but Chalipian demands $3,000 for his performance. Later on, Nick hires Grasso and his troupe, who are Sicilian tragedians. The troupe of Grasso goes for selling tickets. People even do not buy tickets at half price. The boss predicts that Grasso troupe will fail to attract audience. He becomes hopeless in the beginning. On the very first evening of Grasso's performance, few people were present. The actor performed a simple Sicilian folk drama about the love of the rich farmer's daughter and a poor shepherd. In this love story, the rich girl promises to marry a shepherd, but later on she deceives him and falls in love with a rich city boy named Giovanni. The shepherd tries his best to convince the girl, but she doesn't want to listen to anything from him. Shepherd says that Giovanni can manage to live without her, but he can't help without her. The shepherd tries to convince her to fail. She becomes angry and leaves the place. The shepherd becomes furious and kills Giovanni in the barber shop at the fair by sucking his blood from the neck. The major role of the shepherd is performed by Grasso. His best performance bring miracles to an opera. The next day, a local newspaper claims Grasso is the most remarkable actor of the whole century. After this, audiences increase their willingness to watch the drama. With the help of his finest acting, Grasso achieved success and popularity. The narrator of this story is still unhappy because his father watch is still in the hands of Nick. Nick does not want to return him, even after getting money back from the narrator. Being fearful of his unwise father, the narrator wants to flee to Constantinople. Once Nick and his wife went to the theater to watch Grasso's performance. When the drama is over, Nick's wife come out of the theater tearful. She is very moved by the emotion and passions for drama The narrator goes on to say goodbye to Grasso. When Nick and his wife walk along the street, the narrator follows. When Nick's wife sees the boys sobbing, she threatens her husband to return his watch. Finally, Nick returns his watch. After that, the narrator fear vanishes. He sees the world as beautiful. He sees the municipal building rising high. He has that sudden, unexpected, mystical, ecstatic, and charming experiences. Grasso and his popularity. Odessa is the city in Russia's Black Sea port that is famous for its cosmopolitan interest in artistic performance. The narrator is a ticket seller who is in trouble when the Italian opera fails. His tricky boss Nick and everybody becomes bankrupt. According to the suggestion of the critics of the local newspaper, the Sicilian tragedian Grasso and his troupe have been called for the performance. This tragedy is so simple that Nick Schwartz predicts that he will fail. On the first evening, Grasso and his company of actors perform a Sicilian folk drama. The story is very simple. A rich farmer daughter falls in love with a poor shepherd. Though she promises to marry the shepherd at first, she deceives him later and falls in love with a rich but tricky man of city named Goviani. The shepherd tries to convince the girl by saying that Goviani can manage without her, but he can't live without her. It is unbearable for the shepherd when the beloved doesn't respond to him. When Goviani is at Barber's in a village fair, the shepherd attacks him and sucks the blood from his neck. The role of the shepherd is played by Grasso himself, whose masterful performance brings miracle to the opera. The local paper of the following day claims that Grasso is the most remarkable actor of the whole century. Then there is a good sale of the ticket and other goods in the theater. The face value of the ticket increased by 5 times. Grasso earns much popularity and success. So this is the tale of the Isaac Babel, the short story by Isaac Babel, the Russian writer, Grasso, A Tale of Odessa. And this is very beautiful. I have taken this from the collection of the stories of Isaac Babel. I hope you will enjoy this short story. Thank you very much.